What's up, everyone? It's Gabby Trades here, and welcome back to the Coin Bureau Trading channel. Today, we're tackling the big question: was last week drop just a dip? Are we due for a rally anytime soon? And what triggered the sharp sell-off? But you guys, before we start, of course, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed if you're new here, and ring that little bell so you never miss any live breakdowns with me. Now, we're going to start here with some news from last week that was actually crazy. This was the thing that moved the markets really quick. I'm going to move to the screen over here. So basically, we had the July non-farm payroll came in last Friday at 73K jobs added, which was well below the 109K that was expected. Now, even worse, what was the thing is that the May and June figures were the ones that were revised down by absolutely staggering 258,000 jobs. Now, when the report dropped, of course, market reacted really badly. We had crypto dropping, US equities absolutely sank, S&P fell over 1%, volatility surged. And if you remember, we were talking about volatility last week, and I was trying to warn you about how it's getting to really low levels that we're expecting a bounce from. We can have a look once again, but it unfolded. Unfortunately, we didn't want it to happen, but it did. Treasury yields also dropped and the dollar weakened a lot. So the thing is, this whole thing created panic, right? Very bad jobs, very bad jobs reports. This type of report is actually signaling a recession, right? Because the jobs reports is what hits last. And that is what usually defines, okay, are we actually going into recession? And of course, investors rushed into safer assets, right? In this case, this is going to be gold, for example. You're looking at gold, you're looking at silver. Now, few hours after the release, what was crazy is that Trump fired the BLS commissioner, Erica, very hard last name, McIntyre, and he accused her, without evidence, by the way, that she has falsified the data. Now, to me, that is a bit, a bit too much, because this is actually triggering a serious alarm about the politicization or politicization, I don't know if that's even a word, of statistical agencies, because all they're statistical agencies. And even experts have rushed to say, former BLS heads have rushed to say that there is no such thing as falsifying this data, because revisions are a routine, right? You're looking at a statistical data, so they give the numbers way ahead, and in the coming months, that data needs to be revised, because some I don't know, people or someone could have not filed, and they have to revise that number every single 3 months. So then, of course, that you're going to get different numbers. Now, I think he doesn't like it. Trump doesn't like it, because it is kind of showing that there is an effect on the tariffs out there. But yeah, over here we have like that people are worrying that this is going to be some sort of undermining of the trust in the reliability of the future economic indicators, because now Trump is going to appoint someone that is actually favoring him. So then you're thinking the feds are actually, their decisions are hinged on that data. So it's really important for the data to always stay true. And if he's firing this one commissioner, maybe, he wants to have his own people in. Like, of course, that's what someone like me, I'm into this kind of stuff, I would think that he has a plan like that. But also the funny thing is, around the exact same time, we had the Fed Governor Adriana Kuehler. She stepped down officially she's stepping down on August 8th. So that's way earlier. Her term is supposed to finish in January 2026. So that makes you wonder, why did she leave? And now, of course, her resignation opens a vacancy. So Trump is going to he's going to find someone to fulfill that role potentially supporting cutting rates. So we don't really mind that. In fact, we prefer that if it happens. But yeah, it's going to potentially shift the Fed towards easing monetary policy a little bit. And over here, we can see we're using here the SME Group Fed Watch tool, and we can see that the chances now, after all this cacophony, have raised to 90.1% that we're going to get rate cuts in September right now. It is kind of interesting because also a lot of the people now are counting on these rates. And there is lots of, news that are saying that, the Fed hasn't even been swayed by the poor July jobs reports, and he's taking a wait and see approach yet again. Even after what we saw, I think that's a bit too much. But yeah, so some people, because of this comments over here, that they're unswayed by that, some people think that he's not even going to cut rates until 2026. So yeah, and here it is. This is what actually created the dip last week. The entire markets were going down. But then was it a simple dip? This is a question. Was it a simple dip before the relief returns? Or is it the start of like deeper policy uncertainty? This is one thing that we need to be looking at. At one hand, rate cut bets, could point for a potential relief rally. But on the other side, you're looking at a political turmoil that could, happen because of undermined data transparency. All of these things could shake investors' confidence for the long term. But if you ask me right now, it's looking like a bounce setup. Let's see, but it has a strong caveat to it. We need to keep our eyes on the incoming jobs report, inflation figures, all these things. And who is Trump going to appoint to the Fed or the BLS? Like, all of these things are very important for us to look at, right? We're moving on the charts immediately. First, let's see who's in the chat here. Hello, Sui. All right, we're gonna have a look at Sui. Okay, we saw the same thing with data during COVID. Yes, interesting observation, Bison. And we have Magic over here, Concrete Donkey, and all of the lovely people. Philip is here again. Hello, Z Trader, of course. How are you guys doing today? Okay, I can't wait to open the charts here with you. But before we get started, of course, you guys don't forget, what you need to do is like this video to support me, and then make sure you drop down here in the description box. And you can find my main YouTube channel down here, so you can subscribe to that one, as well as my social medias and all the tools that I use as well. Get on my trading course strategy waitlist. Very important. If you want to learn the way I trade, you guys can find all this under the description box of this video. In terms of promotions, we have a lot of things cooking for you guys. You can get on 2bit if you want to be trading. You can get up to 30K in bonuses. We have Coin Catch over here as well. You can get $150 sign up, which is pretty cool. Just running over this with you guys. And then we also have Bybits, of course. They're massive well, so they are giving bonuses up to 30,000, 50 plus dollars in welcome rewards. Over here you can read all of the things that you need to be doing to qualify for that. And by the way, if you register with Bybit, you can get into a Telegram group that I have prepared for you guys. All of the access and information, again, under the description box over here for you. Now, moving on the charts, and put your requests in the box as well. We're gonna have a look. But let me know, you guys, how are you feeling today? And yeah, I bet you're having a tough time, because as I'm looking at the markets this morning and yesterday, right, it's been tricky, right? Because you have a sell setup, you have a buy setup. What are you doing in that case? This is the massive question over here. So of course, first we start with Bitcoin. Right, looking at Bitcoin. So it's the first week of August, right? The way I trade is I don't really look at the first week that much. I start looking at the month as a more true opening in the second part. So that'll be second week of the month. So what basically happened here last week, right? We had a bearish range. I've extended the range after the dip, obviously, but we had a bearish range over here. So we discussed that, right, together. And what we said was, with the bearish range, the big problem is that when price is rejecting from the 0.5 over here, you're potentially looking to exit sub 114179. So unfortunately, price didn't hold. This used to be a buy breaker block over here last week, and now price traded through very, very badly with body closes. So that essentially now turns around, and it is what we call a sell, a breaker block over here, right? So that is essentially showing us that over here at the area of around 115k Bitcoin, you essentially have a sell setup over here, and that is an absolute fact, right? Another thing that you're looking at, of course, with the drop, we've had the daily support here. How do I get the daily support? Again, I get it with the help of my indicators, you guys. Go in the description box and just simplify them. Get my trading indicators. Here's the link for you, right? Very simple, super cheap. So basically, with the help of my indicators, we identified the daily support down here on Bitcoin. So if you've been watching my live streams, you would know that this area should hold in a drop, right? This is it over here. So you can see that the precise drop that we had in this down area over here. Now, what is not very great is that this move was not supported with a lot of volume, right? So people are like, oh my God, are we going to get another drop over here? It looks very bearish. It does indeed look very bearish. But also, if you look on the 4-hour time frame, there is as well a buy setup, not only because price is coming from support. Supports can be retested 1 time, 2 times. Hello, EJ Cup, Larry, Samuel. So basically, you know, these kind of things, they can be retested, right? But over here, what you essentially were looking for on a 4-hour time frame is for price to show signs of reversal, and you are kind of seeing that right now. You wanted to see the first sort of mini break of structure down here, which you are seeing as the first confirmation on the 4-hour time frame. You have confirmation on the 12-hour time frame as well. Let's see, daily confirmation is going to take a lot for daily to reverse completely. Wow, you guys, there's going to be so much work. Price needs to trade and body close above what are we looking at, 119,400. So that's a lot of work to be done. Not to mention that over here we also have left a sell zone, right? And essentially now you have the new trading range, just like we marked it down here. So now this is your new trading range over here, which is clearly bearish in this case, right? So when you're looking at this bearish range on Bitcoin and you're seeing, okay, so you're having a mini buy setup down here. In fact, I'm long down here. So the reason I'm long is because, yes, there was confirmation on the 4-hour time frame. Yes, my indicators are showing me that there is double liquidity formation over here. So I want to see price trade above 119k, right? So when I see price trade over there, though, I'm going to be looking for sell setups, because not only that we have a sell zone here, not only that we have the liquidity over here, but we're also reaching 0.786 of my trading range, which is going to mean a sell setup for me if we get there, right? If we don't get there and we actually you know, respect the current sell setup that we're forming right now for what used to be, you know, what used to be a bullish setup now turned into a bearish setup over here. If we have a continuation from over here, of course, that is absolutely possible. So then we're going to be looking at other places of support. That is going to be, of course, around the 110k area. We have massive support. But then what worries me more is that down here, we have a liquidity formation point left at around 107 around 107k Bitcoin, right? So that liquidity is quite solid because it's on a 4-hour time frame down here. Again, how do I get this? Grab my indicators under the description box. Follow my main YouTube channel under the description box. That's how you can see how I use my indicators, and you can learn a lot more about my strategy like that. But anyways, so the point here is that that liquidity I don't like at all. And if price continues to drop from here, it is going to look something like that, in my opinion. right? It's going to look something like that. So it's coming from the 0.5 drop down here, rejects from the 0.236. This is not only bearish, this is super bearish, right? Very bearish. Like, I would consider it very bearish if we get another test of the 0.5 again, and then I'm going to be expecting a drop. But like, if we reject right now and make another low, I'm not going to be happy about this price action at all. It's going to be very bad. And you know what? I might get as angry as Trump at this point, because when I was looking at the charts and the way I'm counting my levels and the way I'm counting, you know, the week, I was expecting for Thursday to become to like be a bullish day, right? That was my expectation to start with, and the data absolutely crushed my dreams. And I think that Trump also got very pissed off, because I think it crushed his dreams as well. So, you know, to me, this is a massive market manipulation over here, and I don't know what the repercussions of all of that are going to be. So all I can look out for is the technicals and what the technicals are giving me, which is a buy setup and a sell setup. So I simply have to make a choice and pick one, right? Pick one. Now, if I open Ethereum is looking even worse. Now, I don't even want to tell you, Ethereum is looking even worse, because when I open my indicators over here, right, and I go on a 1 hour time frame, look at that, right? Look at that. You're looking at a liquidation level down here at 3,354, right? Not very good. Not very good. So essentially, the short setup for Ethereum over here from the sell zone that we have, I don't know why I made it so big. Let's go on a daily over here. We'll make it a little bit slower. So this is the sell zone. Actually, you don't need this. You can remove it anymore. You don't need it. But that was the left sell zone. You see this little sell order block over here. So as soon as we had that break of structure over here, this became now a sell zone. So as soon as price traveled up here, right, you had a buy setup. Where did you have the buy setup from, you guys? You've been watching me for a little bit now. You have absolutely no excuse not to catch these moves. You have no excuse. Go back and watch the streams and see the daily support that we've marked here on Ethereum, right? It's down here. 3,364. I want you to see the bounce of that price, how precise it is. Again, I get these levels with the help of my indicators. And that level is from ages ago. This level of support / resistance is from last year, July, by the way, if you guys are wondering. It is not something that is just random. It is a level of support from last year, July, over here. So as you can see, right, first one doesn't hold, right? It held here. Perfect. Second one, like this was the buy over here, and then it was breached. Find support in the second level. You guys follow? Find support in the second level, clear buy. But the problem from here is that you also have a sell setup down here. So what are you, right? If you're long, you should have been long from down here. And if you're short, you should be short from the sell zone over here. So this is it. August in between levels, standard procedure, right? But on a higher time frame, Ethereum is just not looking good at the moment. Especially if we have liquidation levels down here. What can I tell you? This is the 4 hour time frame, right? No, 1 hour time frame over here is where we have the liquidity. So all we can hope for is that this yellow zone over here, which is a buy breaker block, hopefully it's going to hold if it gets that bad, you know. Sui, all right, let's have a look. First of all, let's look at Solana. Let's look at the major ones first. So Solana, I haven't been entirely impressed with, to be honest, because ideally I wanted for Sol to drop down to the 0.5. But again, looking at Sol, it does have liquidity at 144 US dollars. Yes, you guys, make sure you hit the like button if you haven't. Do it to support me. So yeah, basically we do have liquidity over here at 144. So this could get not very pretty, for Sol. Daily time frame, I don't see anything. The only thing I can see on a daily time frame is this 162 support, which was not very supportive, and of course the preferred support at 154, which is the 0.5 of the big price leg for Solana, right? If we hold the 0.5, it's going to be fine, right? It's going to be fine long term, meaning that we're gonna get to high levels. But of course, we don't wanna drop anywhere further than that. And I don't think we will, honestly. I think it's going to be fine, but it's just a little shakeout, you guys. All right, forget the charts. I think we should turn to astrology and wait for the 6th planet parade on August 10th for the... Okay, what is that? 6th planet parade? I'm not aware of these things. I haven't had time recently or interest to watch too much astrology, but last week's stream I think was very, very awesome. Yeah, you know, you can use astrology to help you with a lot of these things, but I'm more technical from that perspective. So over here, let's have a look at Sui real quick for all of us. Yeah, so you know, nasty, right? Nasty, because the levels are holding, as you can see, you know, this support over here perfectly nicely held at 3.27. We've been talking about that zone. Then we smash into resistance over here at 3.5 and we reject. What can I tell you, right? It's a break over here, clear break of support, retest, continuation. So it's not looking good overall, right? It's not looking great. We have lots of imbalances to fill down here. Let's open the indicator, see if we can find another zone. Well, unfortunately, if we have to follow the most extreme zone down here, this is what I'm seeing, right? This is what I'm seeing down here. Not very nice, not very nice. And that's a 12-hour support. It's not even daily, but still you can see that the 12-hour is what is playing right now. Over here, this is the resistance. You can see how it's playing. I always mark it a little bit extra so I can see it. But yeah, lots of fair value gaps down here combined with this order block. So I think this area is going to be really nice. $3 is obviously a very, very important level, right? So I'll be looking at $1.03, to be honest. I don't know if we're going to get that deep, but I mean, if we lose the 3.27, potentially, right? If we lose the 3.7, potentially. So one thing for Sui I don't understand is that we didn't really get to the 0.786. So if anyone is calling for a bear market, you guys, I'm not going to be trusting that, because whatever happens over here, even if we dip to $3, you do realize that we're just going to make a higher low over here in comparison to this low over here. So overall I'm not stressing too much, even if that happens. But yeah, you know where you should be stressing for Sui? I'll tell you, not on the weekly. Let's not use weekly. Daily is already looking terrible, in fact. But weekly, yeah, if we start dropping below 2.4, then it's probably gone, right, for a little while. But yeah, we're not going to be holding our breaths for all that. Looking at ETH BTC, let's have a look real quick on ETH BTC. Absolutely annoying, just trading in between levels. Nothing. This was the buy, absolutely failed. It's traded above, so I might just delete that. Of course, technicals are not perfect on ETH BTC at all. But yeah, this is the major level that we basically need to break, that we're not breaking right now over here on a daily. So 0.03188, this is what you're looking at. Constantine, hey, great to see you evolve into this confident presenter. I was always confident, you know, it's just that it's different on camera, right? Because yeah, it's something completely different, but I'm getting there, right? I've been doing this for so long, so for me, I don't mind looking at the charts and telling you what I see. But it's different when you have to be on camera, when people are looking at you. Like, I'm not I've never was that type of person, but here we are. So hey, like the video, guys, to support me in getting more and more confident here with you. And don't forget to follow my main channel. This is going to be massive support for me because I started recently and it's very small and I want to cry because it's growing so slow. Other people are telling me it's growing very fast, but I don't believe them because I'm never happy and satisfied with what I do. Anyway, so the thing is, ETH BTC, when you look at it on the daily, it's fine, right? Because you have lots of liquidity here, 0.04, 0.042, all good. But what we need to do right now is really get above, because this is it, you guys, right? This is it. In April, I wasn't with you, but in my main channel on YouTube, again, make sure you follow, you guys. The thing is, you guys, in April at my main channel, this is what I said to all the people that were watching me, right? April, this is the level 0.01889 to the T, right? This is when life began for altcoins. So all said and done, everything worked out perfectly. Amazing. Thank you, God. I'm very happy. Now from here, this is the second major support, major resistance, right? And we're right now at it. And you can see we've reached it. Let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. We've reached it once, reject, try it again, reject. Now we're trying again and we're rejecting slightly again. We really want to break that level. So let's just hope that this is going to happen sooner than later. If we're looking at ETH BTC again, you know, I'm not liking what I see, but like the thing is, if you're a traditional trader, right, the first thing you're gonna say is, hey, isn't that like you know, a bear flag potentially, right? But that means that it could just bounce like that and then reject again. So yeah, it could be a thing of a bear flag or whatever, you guys. How do you draw that? I'm not sure. But yeah, it's been bearish and this could be just a retrace to continue bearish. And that would be very, very, very good for everyone. Hold on. Excuse me, we have a little terrorist here. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's the thing, you guys. Bitcoin dominance at a buy level right now over here. Again, technicals on dominance or ETH BTC are not entirely correct. You just want to be marking the major levels. And as you can see, for Bitcoin dominance, you have a level at 61.9 and you have a level at 61.5, and price is basically bouncing in between. Constantine Cos, oh my God, why is nobody tipping me at my main channel? Can you please look at Hype? Need to find an adequate we can look at Hype, mate, no problem. Thank you so much for the tip. That's very awesome, super appreciative. So okay, Hype. Right, so same thing as most alts, we have levels, and then Hype has reached to our $35 level over here, and it's bounced quite nicely from it. But there is, on the 12-hour, essentially you do have a little bit of confirmation here, right? You do have a little bit of a break. That is not too bad. So yeah, but looking at it, lots of work for this, right? Lots of sell zones over here. You have a mitigated buy zone over here. You have balanced price action. You have a sell setup essentially, and you do have a buy setup from down here. Let's have a look a little bit deeply for you. So yeah, you are reacting from a buy zone right now. This one was completely smashed. So this one over here tapped into 3 times, 4 times, should be lost in my opinion. Anywhere than more than 3 taps, like I'm completely lost. All right, let's have a look at it a little bit deeper than that, right, on a weekly time frame. So see, if you're looking at Hype, right, Hype is so bullish that the thing about Hype is I prefer to look at it on a weekly time frame. So on a weekly time frame, it is still bullish, right? There is no confirmation. The only time that hype is going to get bearish is if price drops below $35.714. If you have a weekly body close below that level, this is going to be dangerous because now you're risking a bigger pullback. How big the pullback could be if we get that sort of level, mate, I don't even want to look. Like, it's not going to be good at all, right? You're potentially looking at going back at $11. So I don't even think that that's going to be the case. This needs to hold, in my opinion. However crazy it looks, even on a weekly time frame, it looks that it's going to get short. Yeah, $35 was the re-entry and retest confirmation, because price is simply not allowed to drop below that, technically below, because if it does, we are crypto. Okay, what was your super chat, mate? Hold on one second, I'll come back. Tree, how can I look at that? Can we look at the ticker? But anyway, let's finish with hype real quick. So yeah, basically this is what you're looking at. You want this to hold right now, right? If price drops again, you want to see wicks in that area, right? You want to see weekly time frames. And if you are not in right now from 35.7, which is what we've been looking with the community before. I reviewed that on my main channel as well. If you're not long from this level down here, then I'll be either waiting for a retest of that level, or I'll be waiting on at least 4-hour time frame. Let's have a look. Well, yeah, the retest here was quite nice. So pretty much you should be long, right? If you're not long at this level, you would want one break structure, second break of structure, and then you would want for price to retrace to a level for you to re-enter, right? So we can have a look at that next week as well. Searchable on Dex Screener. No, I don't do that. I only use TradingView, mate. Is it this? Can we look at tree over here? Probably is that. I don't know. Maybe it's that. What do you think? Ooh. I hope it's not bad. You guys, make sure you smash the like button. Do you think it's that? Because if it's that, I don't work with that kind of charts. For me, that's an absolute disgrace. If we're looking at this particular asset, it looks like an absolute disgrace, mate. I would not look at that, to be honest with you. You know, it's not looking good. Wrong chart. Okay, good. So if the chart is wrong, yeah. Yeah, if it's on TradingView, I'm happy to look for you guys. But if it's not, then I don't know what to do, right? I mean, I can go on Dex Screener, but I don't want to go on Dex Screener right now. Thickquidity. Man. What is that? Mate. What are you making me search? And I actually did it, which is even more crazy. But anyway, LTC, let's have a look real quick for our super chat on a daily time frame. Like we said, the liquidity is up here. It's quite nice. Daily time frame 140, so imminent, but also it's going to be interesting what happens when price takes that liquidity over here. It's probably going to be a retrace, and unfortunately we did have the sell zone over here marked from quite a while, and this is where we're seeing the reaction from. And now on the day, we've actually done not so bad, interestingly enough, for LTC. LTC, is that Litecoin? Is that Litecoin? Am I wrong? If that's Litecoin, because I'm not very good with the tickers, but I think they were bought by someone. Yeah, there was some news about Litecoin today, I'm pretty sure, on Twitter, right? There was some news that someone bought them. and they're going to be doing very, very great. So let's see, that news was clearly bullish. So there is crypto for you, right? Like you get some news and then here you go. But again, for Litecoin, the levels are very, very clear. Here on the daily, on a 12-hour time frame, $106 was the buy area down here. So we've discussed Litecoin before on this channel here with you guys. And again, if you want to find anything about me or to subscribe to my main YouTube channel, you guys, please support me because that will mean the world to me. It is over here. You can click it under the description box of this video. That's how you can find it. And then all of the nice bonuses and signups you can find also down here. What are your thoughts on MAMO? I don't know, mate. What even is MAMO? MAMO USDT. We're gonna have a look. Oh, okay. That's something new. Not too much price data. Again, crypto casino over here. I don't really do that. I don't really do crypto casinos. I like to call these ones crypto casinos, but yeah, with the help of my indicators, I could still potentially find some sort of setup over here, right? And again, those indicators are available for you guys. You can find them. Go ahead and look for them in the description box. But yeah, I mean, nice liquidity sweep down here and then a recovery from what's potentially going to be the first support area over here for this. So if you're getting a drop, essentially there is not confirmation for a drop even on a 4-hour time frame right now. Price is dropping, so if you're looking to short that, you definitely want for price to trade below 0.14 with a body close for you to, you know, technically to say, okay, maybe that's a short now. If crypto doesn't pump next week, I'm homeless. Oh God, trust me, I can feel that everyone is very like feeling bad right now, but these things were completely predictable. Oh no, Bitcoin at 112. Are you kidding me? My long. Here goes my long. Thank you so much, Bitcoin. Oh, should have shorted. Well, there was a long setup, there was a short setup, whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, we might, if it listen, if we don't create a higher low here, it's not gonna work for us. It's not gonna work for us. Health over wealth, mate. Yeah, can you imagine the type of manifestations and motivations we have to do here together? Damn, my long, I'm so annoyed right now. But anyway, I mean, it's gonna be fine. If we create a higher low here, happy days. If we don't create a higher low, it's going to be an invalidated setup, and that means that we're going to tank at least to 110k. Not good. Sol was doing quite well today, actually. First, Sol was doing way better than Bitcoin today, this morning. Let's open the sweep signals over here. Yeah, Sol should be still bullish, right? But unfortunately, right, the way these things work is that price could retrace all the way back as long as it creates a higher low, right? Could be here, again, retesting the daily support, or could be here, 4-hourly support, whatever. As long as we make a higher low, this is still going to be bullish because the invalidation for this setup is all the way down here, right? But I can tell you one thing. Shorts are not happy at the moment, and longs are not happy at the moment. Shorts maybe were happy in the last 15 minutes, right? In the last 15 minutes, shorts are like, oh, hey, my short probably is working right now, you know? So both sides are suffering right now. So I do understand the frustration with everyone. You know what I mean? No, Harley Z, you are awesome. You guys, please make sure you follow my main channel over here. Make sure you like this video over here. I haven't refreshed, but I'm not seeing enough likes. I'm seeing like 23. Let's refresh down here and see what's happening. 55 likes, and we have 111 people watching. We should double that number immediately. And then again, make sure you scroll in the description box and follow my main YouTube channel and make use of all of the promotions that I have here for you guys. These streamings that I'm doing are allowing me to give you better promotions to sign up, to get sign up bonuses. You can get on my Telegram group with the Bybit sign up over here. All these things, make use of them. and you can get my trading indicators. More importantly, sign up at my strategy course waitlist. Just do it, because I'm going to teach you all of the tricks that I'm using over here to trade on a daily basis. Philip just bought oil. Oh my goodness, you did not. Wow, that's actually okay. So 4 hour is looking fine for now for oil. So you know, it's not too bad. And yeah, oil should jump again. By the way, didn't Trump just sign didn't Trump just said that he's not going to be worried about oil because he said something about oil. He said he's going to tax India more because they're buying oil from Russia, and he wants to cut them off. So he said, I'm not worried about oil. Let's see, it's a lot more politically complicated than we think, right? These countries are intercepted, they work together, they own each other money, they have to do stuff for each other. So yeah, Trump might tax India, but I don't know if they're gonna ever stop buying oil from Russia. That I cannot tell you. But you guys, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you, and make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you follow my main channel. You can find it everywhere. You can find it down here in the description box. So yeah, really appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next one.